and inside the centre square. So an important game, such a critical game for both clubs. Jonathan Hay with the job on Russell Robertson. And we're underway at the MCG. Melbourne versus the Kangaroos. Hale, a quick kick out of the centre. Ball bouncing towards half-forward. Petrie comes to meet it. Gets the handball. Grant, quick kick into the pocket. Over the head of Miller. Great mark taken by Jones. He snaps goalward across the face. Might have been touched off the boot, I think. Hence, Jones playing on. But a boundary throwing deep in the forward pocket for the Kangaroos.
Well, Corey Jones, he's kicked 8 goals this year, and Harding's kicked 8, and then you've got Big Sav with 7.
At the drop at the throw-in, looks as though Rawlings has the job on Travis Johnston. Kangaroos haven't been able to get it close to goal despite having a couple of pings. Uze has it covered. On his wrong side, does well to roll that around the boundary. Last night showed the umpires can be sudden death on it. If you, even though under pressure, kick the ball out of bounds without seeming to be making a serious attempt to do otherwise. So the Kangaroos continue to attack. It's White and Hale, and Casey Green to Harvey. Could be dangerous. Reaches 50. Has he got the carry? Not quite. And Carroll is able to take it over for the first score.
Nathan Thompson just needs to get amongst the goals for the Kangaroos. He had a pretty good season last year. He's first with them since crossing from the Hawks. He came 5th in their best and fairest, was their leading goal kicker. But so far this year hasn't been able to get the goals on the board.
Carroll in search of McDonald and finds him. Well-placed kick. Interesting that Daniel Wells lining up in the defensive goal square this afternoon as McDonald kicks it short to Pickett. Pickett now inside, and Carroll's got it back. So the Kangaroos have got numbers back, so just trying to find a way forward. Good contest provided by Harding with courage going back. Bruce, well tackled by Harding, and they work it out pretty well, the Kangaroos. Free kick coming back. It'll come back to Harding.
It looks like Ferrito will do the tagging job on Cameron Bruce.
So a throw against Bruce. Well done, though. He was able to get the smother, but Green pumps it towards the goal square. Petrie up along with Thompson. At the fall, chance for White. Little fumble, but it's okay. Shovels it out wide. And a chance for Miller, who played very well on Barry Hall last week against the Swans. Whelan's got it just backward of the wing. Run provided by Nathan Brown. He kicks towards half-forward. Jamar, good mark. Hands in front of his face. Back to Brown from outside 50. Robertson didn't get there. Play on's the call. Ferrito tackles well. No support for Robertson. And the Kangaroos with numbers. Well done by Simpson. He got it from Hayden. Now Makepeace. Harvey. Back towards Makepeace. Look out, Davies on the trail, but Makepeace does very well. Kicks it towards the line. Jones. Really try and keep it in. He's out number 3 on one out there. Eventually, Petrie just toe pokes it forward. So Kangaroos another chance here. Miller did well. Kept the ball in front of him and knocked it over the line. So a boundary throw in about 30 metres around from the Kangaroo goal.
Sparse crowd after the huge roll-up on Anzac Day, and more than 50,000 here for a couple of old rivals last night. Hale with good position, and he has a second go at it. Green's had it 3 times already. Nowhere to go here. Travis Johnston works his way clear. Always seems to have another gear. Brown and White as the colourful demons string it together. Jamar, good pair of hands in front of Hay. Davey has been picked up by Makepeace. Just too much of a daisy cutter that time, and Shannon Grant able to cut it off for the Kangaroos, who have done most of the attacking, but neither side really looking like kicking a goal yet.
Well, a couple of turnovers there, and I hope we don't get a repeat of what we saw last night as far as the skills go, with that Carlton-Richmond game being pretty ordinary.
Bruce to Brown, and that's a good pass to Robertson, but he is on the proverbial impossible angle on the boundary line at the 50.
It's interesting that they've gone with Jamar pretty much as a tall forward. Jonathan Hay has now moved on to him, but Jamar has already impressed with his ability to get in front. As soon as he's marked, and he's taken 2 marks, he's been very quick to give the handball off.
2-time leading goal kicker for the Demons. That's across the face. Oh, Sylvia, what a grab that is from a little man. He was the smallest in that pack. He's taken a corker. Do I go or not?
Yes.
And he decided to go.
He thought about it, didn't he? He had a little bit of a look, and he was certainly up there, taller than anybody else with the hands, and a mark like that deserves a goal.
I think that's what you call a pack mark.
Standing start kick, he hooked it too much. That was a beauty.
0-4 from set shots, Colin Sylvia this year. As the kick in is dangerous, and Wells makes it look good in amongst a couple of demons. Handball off is okay. Makepeace chips it towards half forward. Good running from David Hale. He's got an option short. Missed the target. Jones gives it back to the big man. Hale kicks it to the top of the goal square. Thompson in front. Yes, he's got it. Too much strength there for Miller. Held his ground and marks very strongly. Nathan Thompson has had a very quiet year in terms of goals. Just one goal this year, after he was fantastic, kicking 52 last year for the Kangaroos.
Front position, can't beat it. And he's a lot bigger than Brad Miller.
So from 25 metres, he kicks the opening goal for the Kangaroos. And they come from everywhere to tap him on the head. As I said, just his second goal for season 2006. Such an important player in this Kangaroo makeup, Rob.
Well, he is. And David Hale, the big fella in the ruck, he's got off to a fly. Some terrific tap work, a couple of around ground possessions, and he was able to hook that ball to the top of the goal square. And if you've got Thompson, you've got Petrie, and of course at some stage Sav Rocker coming into that forward line, they can be very dangerous.
Simon Godfrey on the sidelines for the Demons. Kangaroos with the first goal. It took a while. They've won all three hit-outs so far. Hale possibly had the better of that, but Pickett saw it coming. Wells beats him to Simpson. Was that a shove by Carroll on Petrie? Not ruled as such. Jones gives it to Petrie. Just a little dabby with the kick. Still a chance. Rawlings getting it to Harvey. And back to Rawlings. Not quite.
Unusual kick, wasn't it? Didn't go on his left side. He tried to bend it back. Byron Pickett, was he held? Yes, I think he was. A bit unlucky, Byron. And, of course, playing against his old team. Byron played in the Premiership a couple of years back with Port Adelaide. And from what we saw last week, in pretty good touch.
Dangerous kick in from Johnson. Okay, no play on's the call. Must have been touched. Good desperate stuff there from Miller. Chance though for Thompson. Or Sinclair, was he taken high? No. And umpire decides to bounce it just outside the paint at attacking 50 for the Kangaroos.
It looked like a mark from the kick in, didn't it?
It did. Certainly wasn't touched off the boot.
Interesting matchup out there. Wells running with Byron Pickett.
Chance for Rivers, wrapped up though. There's Pickett. Tries to shuffle the handball forward. Did it well to Bruce, who gave it very quickly to Green. High towards half forward. Uze bustled out of it. That's good play from Pratt. No, free kick. Play on advantage as Davey drills the pass in low and hard to Robertson. It's exciting stuff, Aaron Davey.
Did you think Uze instigated the bump?
It looked a bit like that.
Let's have a look at it there. He goes, I reckon he instigated it, and the umpire's given it against the Kangaroo player.
Pratt unlucky, you'd have to say. But Russell Robertson, 7-5 this year. From set shots, he's kicked 4 goals too. So from just inside 50, oh, it's a wonderful effort. He's kicked a goal for the Demons. Margin back to a point, and it's exciting to watch Aaron Davey, but we look at that incident again, Rob, and Daniel Pratt a touch unlucky.
Absolutely unlucky, the Kangaroos there, and of course advantage played, and once Aaron Davey gets hold of it, he uses it particularly well.
And the advantage call a bit unlucky for North because Glenn Archer was sagging back. He could have covered Davey had he realised advantage was going to be called. So they've traded goals in the early stages at the MCG. White won that, but to no effect for Melbourne. Wells puts the Kangaroos inside the 50 again. Well played by Whelan. Cagey stuff in defence. And then a confident run. He's in trouble. Did he get rid of it? He did.
Good run, Petrie. Good run by Petrie, the Kangaroos forward, to run him down.
Ruled a legitimate hand pass. It was line ball. Sylvia front position. Wells is doing well. Harvey gives it back to him. Searing ball. Needed more height on it.
And here's the Drew Petrie chase on Matthew Whelan. And did he get a handball away?
Oh.
I reckon it should have been a Kangaroos free kick.
It was a very iffy handball. Half-forward for the Roos. White in front position. Hale over the top. Oh, he didn't get rid of that effectively. Free kick to Melbourne. Advantage paid. Johnson, no, it'll come back.
If you catch the ball from a boundary throw in, as Hale did, you have to automatically get rid of it. Now he's caught the ball, he's tackled, and
he got rid of it, Rob, but illegally.
Yeah, he didn't get a quick handball, so it's the correct decision.
So Jeff White at half-back for the Demons, chips it out wide. They're away too with Travis Johnston. This is McDonald. Just lopes away, casual bounce and a second. No one coming to him. So he decides to drive it long inside, attacking 50. Bruce at the back. Oh, going back with great courage. Pratt. They won't take that one off him.
Super mark, that one.
Very brave as he kicks across the ground. Grant. He chips back towards centre-half back. 3 Kangaroo players. And it's taken by Daniel Wells. Quite a week last week for Daniel Wells. Just the 11 disposals. Loose player David Hale really getting involved. He's been prominent early, David Hale. Kicks it high and long towards half-forward. White going back with the fist. Ball to the front of the pack. Harding a chance. Snaps it. Didn't bring it back far enough.
Well, Jeff White, the Melbourne ruckman, playing in his defensive area. This is an interesting matchup. You've got Uze playing in the forward 50 for the Demons, and Glenn Archer, who's come onto the ground, his opponent.
Bruce to Brown. Running through the midfield. Wheatley balanced it on the palm of the hand nicely. And he has some toe. Uses it well. Kicks beautifully. Bit of pushing and a free kick to the man in front. It goes to Brown. And now he has Sinclair in the corridor, having come off the bench. Petrie leading a long way up the ground.
What we're seeing early stages, whenever Melbourne get it off half-back and wing, they are trying to run and carry. They've had 7 bounces already. Now, Jeff White has to tighten up on David Hale and pay him the respect he deserves. Hale is a very good ruckman. Jeff White, over 200 games, just can't afford to sag off and let this fella get easy ball.
5 disposals already to Hale. White, to be fair to him, has had 4, but Hale more effective early. They're letting it go longer this year in those situations. Shannon Grant for Wells, who's been dynamite early. Davey, though, perhaps even quicker than Daniel Wells. Now Carroll. Davey keeps running to provide a target, and he's got it now at half-back. And he goes in short to Maloney.
So the kick now comes in. McDonald, he's loose in the centre of the ground. Chips it out wide. Sylvia going back, but Bruce comes up from the pocket. And Cameron Bruce, who really has been in electrifying form so far in season 2006, despite his club's fortunes, with a chance for about 40 metres.
Well, Ferrito's been playing on Cameron Bruce, but it was Makepeace who's trailing in on. Makepeace isn't big enough to play on Bruce, because Bruce can play as a centre-half forward.
So from 40 metres, he tries to bring it back, but just misses to the left. So disappointing missed. He won't be happy with that.
Kangaroos are getting a bit of a huddle going, and now the break's on.
So White interchanged by the Demons. Holland comes on. Pratt having to go back to the goal square.
And Holland's on the mark there, Tim. That means Jamar's gone into the ruck.
Brown to Hay, who does dispose coolly by foot. He's had his moments when he's done that out of defence so far at the start of his career with a new club. Now Brown goes long. Enough of the short nonsense. Grant and Green. And Pickett arriving to give Melbourne the numbers after a standoff between the other two. And he has Holland in space. Davies on his own in the goal square. He just can't kick far enough to get it to him. Kangaroos have numbers around the ball. This is Perry to Makepeace. And they get themselves out of a hole.
Well, Ben Holland, as soon as he came on, he got that mark, but he couldn't kick it more than about 35 metres.
Former Eagle, Casey Green, just chips at the bare minimum. Finds Shannon Grant.
And now Hale coming off for the Kangaroos, and Big Sav coming on.
So Grant has got a short option. Perry, who's just drifted up from half-back, but still back with a centre wing, Joel Perry. Decides to transfer play. Hay kicks it even further towards Rocker, as you said, Rob, who's just come on the ground. Hasn't even had a chance to get inside the forward 50. Chips it. It's okay. Mark taken by Ferrito.
Well, Big J-Mar just didn't go with Sav. He looked at him come on the ground and then said, no, I won't go with you, and he paid the price.
Ferrito out wide, so they're doing it methodically here, the Kangaroos, finding a way forward. Melbourne have got all their players in their defensive half. Loose player is Makepeace, who's drifted down inside attacking 50. So patient football by the Kangaroos to try and combat the Melbourne flood.
Well, they've had to have had half a dozen marks in that passage of play, trying to get someone with a mark inside the forward 50. And isn't that smart play? They've given it to the best kick in the side. Now, he's outside 50, but that won't worry Severio, and he's gone the short one himself.
Deeper into the pocket. Don't know about that, but the chance now for Brady Rawlings, who's marked, well, as you can see, just a few metres inside the boundary line. It will be an acute angle.
I reckon there's been 8 uncontested marks by the Kangaroos in this passage of play.
So Brady Rawlings, who has 49 career goals to his credit. A difficult one here, but a chance for his 50th. It's across the face, contest in the goal square. The Melbourne defence do enough to force it over for a rush behind.
It was 11 uncontested marks that the Kangaroos had in that build-up, and in the end it was a shot from near the boundary line, and as we saw, just a behind.
Demons wasting no time bringing it back this time, getting into some bother here before Green unloads. Holland needs to mark it. There's not a lot of crumbing, although the spoil sent it well clear of the pack and was to Melbourne's advantage. Not for long. Ferrito having a go. Pickett, clever paddle. Uze, lovely collect. And that is a beautiful little dab off the instep, although it just wobbled away from Davey, and Makepeace was able to mark, and a quick switch has the Kangaroos now building. Bad disposal. Carroll, well tackled. Davey. Bad fumble from Whelan. The error's starting to set in. Shades of last night. Still just 2 goals kicked in the contest.
Watch Pickett. Watch Byron Pickett. Desperation.
It was great stuff, wasn't it?
He gets it out. It shook him up a little bit. It's taken him a while to get going.
Petrie tries to get it down towards Green, who almost threw it out. Now a chance for Sainsbury. His handball, looking for Makepeace, but put him under enormous pressure. McDonald was able to make a contest and force a ball up.
Increasingly, we're seeing more of Aaron Davey played in the midfield. Last year, he was pretty much, there's Adam Simpson, the Kangaroos captain, but last year, Davey was pretty much a forward 50 specialist, and Neil Danaher giving him plenty of time up in the middle of the ground. I'm sure Davey appreciates that.
Petrie gets it down, chance for Wells, jams it on the boot, very wide, in fact too wide, so a free kick to the Demons. Travis Johnston.
It's just his second disposal. He's been playing across half-back.
As you predicted pre-match, Rob, Brady Rawlings with the job there. Quite weak last week for Travis, just the 10 disposals. As Davey marks between half-back and wing, chips it back to J-Mar inside the centre square. Back to Davey. Kangaroos have got all their numbers back, so this time it's Melbourne's turn to be patient. Rivers has found space just in advance of the wing, touches it in once, drives it long to the goal square. At the back, Robertson, will he fly? No. Chance for Archer. Oh, brilliantly done. Off to Sinclair, Green, and now Harris. And for the moment at least, the Kangaroos out of trouble. No one coming to Harris, so he takes his time and picks the right option.
Well, that's the 52nd uncontested mark of the quarter. There's been 5 contested. There's another uncontested mark. We've played 20 minutes of football, Tim, and the way it's going, 8 goals will win you the game.
A lot of flooding happening, and these teams statistically this year hadn't been noted chippers. They weren't teams taking a lot of uncontested marks, so they've changed their strategies, perhaps meeting each other's demands. Hay for the Kangaroos, taken off it. Holland missing Davey, but he had a second line there. Uze, Godfrey, Davey. Can Davey use his pace?
Ooh.
Just couldn't take the ball with him with Archer coming the other way.
The luckiest man on that field is Davey, because Archer could have cut him in half. Let's have a look at this.
Ooh, Davey saw him. He just twisted at the right moment. He had his wits about him. Rawlings 2. A lead from Sainsbury. Still a long way out, about 80 metres from home. So just 2 goals kicked and less than 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. Hale. Looks as though he's going to go long. Now he changes his mind. And Green, did he hang on to it? He's been paid. So Casey Green, whose last game on this ground was in the 2005 Grand Final, in which he was a late inclusion for the West Coast Eagles. And there is that moment of peril for Davey.
Nice pass this by Hale. And Jeff White at back of picture just slipped, couldn't get to the contest.
Good kick from Green, and the Kangaroos have their second and lead by 8 points.
He's been very, very effective, David Hale. He has taken 4 marks and had 6 disposals. And he uses the ball pretty well for a big man.
He does, and I've watched him closely over the years. He's a Gold Coast lad, and he's just got steadily better and better. Gee, the Demons at ground level have got some pretty impressive players around this ball. Cameron Bruce, Byron Pickett, and Maloney, who's as tough as nails.
Kangaroos leading 3-0 out of the centre, but this time it's Melbourne's turn. Pickett kicks it very wide into the path of Robertson. It's got Lee Brown to contend with. Brown did well to keep his feet. Sinclair, well, great stuff from Silver, applied enormous pressure. Now the Kangaroo defence is under the pump. Perry did well, kept his head to Makepeace. And the chip out wide's okay to Brown as they build through Sinclair. David Hale running in support, but Sinclair's kick was intended for Grant. Godfrey did brilliantly to put a fist in there. Sainsbury now to Sinclair. Dangerous kick for Rito. Free kick. Now he's been called to play on for Rito. Kicks it low and hard out wide. Made it difficult for both his forwards, Green and Harvey. Brown first back of the Melbourne variety. Oh, he can't get it clear. Harvey's got an opportunity here. Now Harris. Harris can run to 50. Loads up to the goal square. It's offline, but Rivers marked very, very well going back.
Wasn't that a good mark?
And he relieves the pressure. And the mark's taken in the back pocket by Carroll.
There's lovely clean hands from Jared Rivers. Now Pickett, who is finding some good form at his 3rd club. And today, coming face to face with his first, and he keeps coming here. Shades of the 2004 Grand Final. A long slicing run through the middle of the MCG, but his kick lets him down a little here, and Makepeace leads Davey to it. First man to the ball is Casey Green, having a pretty good quarter. 7 possessions. Makepeace and Sinclair. Kangaroos holding up. They've looked slightly the better side in this term and have a small lead to show for it. Thompson back to Green, but it wouldn't sit for him. And Miller takes it away. Doesn't kick terribly well. Wells couldn't quite keep it in.
Byron Pickett on that last run and bounce was quite incredible. He had one bounce with his right hand, another with his left hand. But the only person I ever remember doing that was the great Darryl Baldock.
Simpson keeps the ball in his path. Great stuff from Bartram. The first-year player has been very impressive this season for the Demons. Pratt kicks it out wide. Thompson, well done, Miller. Numbers, though, with the Kangaroos. They've got 3 on 2. Oh, Pickett, superb stuff. Smothered the handball. Here's another chance for the Demons. Kick towards Uze. No free kick. Archer didn't infringe it. Petrie just kicked it out on the full. Play on's the call. Pickett now. Pumps it long. Oh, it's a wonderful kick to the goal square. And well done by Brown. Robertson had to beat both Petrie and Brown. And a rush behind.
Pickett, he is absolutely red hot. They might have to get him. He's just about exhausted. He's been in the play so much. In fact, he's on the opposite side of the ground to where this ball is. And the runner's gone out and said, Byron, get off. And listen to the crowd.
He's not getting a very long break. There's 5 seconds left in the quarter. He's played a wonderful first term, and that'll be it. The Kangaroos lead by 7 points, and
Kangaroos, and he's on a much smaller player, and he's desperately waving to the coach's box to say, well, what's going on?
So the second term underway, and White puts first hand on ball. Grant's got it, though, for the Roos, and he did well to squirt it to Simpson, but he's turned it over. Uze, and he gives Bate a shot at it in his opening seconds on the ground, but not for long. He goes back, and he has a second feel of the ball. It'll be a ball up.
Jonathan Hay has gone to full back on Russell Robertson. Player who the Demons need to really get going is Brad Green. He's had a very slow start to the season.
Clearance is now 12 all. Melbourne were top of the competition. Clearances going into this round. Kangaroos were 12th. Davey to Pickett. He has a look at them. He has a go at them. He doesn't quite land it. There might have been a bit of pushing in there. Demons still a chance. Kangaroos close the door, but McDonald seizes upon the error and misses.
He'd be disappointed with that effort. Even though he was on his left side, it should have been a goal.
So the Kangaroos bring it into Perry. Joel Perry, game number 4. Taking plenty of time. He gets the call from Harris, and it's a good kick. And Harris marks between halfback and wing. Not too much movement ahead for Harris. That's what he's looking at. And he decides to kick short dangerously towards Sainsbury. Well done by Rivers, getting a fist in there. And good pressure created by the Demons there on their one-on-one coverage.
And let's see how the young ruckman goes up against the veteran.
Hale gets it down. Harris in there under the pack size. Brad Green. Well done, Green, but spills out towards Frito. Oh, he took the tackler on there and is penalised, and rightfully so.
Yeah, and good to see a ruckman get down low and do the nitty-gritty stuff.
So Jeff White on centre wing. Kicks it towards Sylvia. Ball to the back, Frito. He was able to get back. Simpson now uses Brett Harvey. Had a wonderful year last year, winning the best and fairest. Perry takes them on, although didn't dispose of it properly, or did he? He did. Harris, the Melbourne pressure is intense at the moment. Oh, Simpson almost threw it out the Frito. Concedes ground back to Brown, who chips it across, and the mark's taken by Pratt.
So Melbourne applying some pressure here. Hay has space over on the other side. Now these situations can be the undoing of Jonathan Hay, and he's done it again. Pickett, but he's got absolutely nothing to go to. Has to be careful about this. Uze, the natural left footer, blazes. He had a man loose in the forward pocket. McDonald, and palms up, is beseeching Uze. Why didn't you come to me? And
that was greedy football, Adam Uze. You should have shared it. Your teammate was in a better position. And I'll tell you who's breathing a sigh of relief, Jonathan Hay.
Yes, Adam Uze looking for goal number 200 in AFL football. It didn't come about there as the Kangaroos work it out of their defence.
Has he got 199, Chris?
Yep.
Well, that's the reason, I would say.
So Jones chips it short. We'll be saying that a lot today. Shannon Grant marks on centre wing. Good presentation from Petrie. And he chips it further forward. Dangerous kick to Hale, though he certainly had the height on Davey. But Davey, the electrifying skills at ground level. Bate a chance. He's got no one ahead of him. Bate lines up from outside 50. Oh, it's a driving kick. It's home. Great stuff, Matthew Bate. First game, first goal.
First kick.
And first kick in AFL football. Showed a bit in the pre-season NAB Cup series. But look at this brilliance, Rob, from Aaron Davey.
Absolute will-o'-the-wisp. And then the vision. Have a look. He doesn't blaze away. He sees his mate. He hooks it on the right boot to Bate. And Bate does the rest. And well done, young fella, kicking your first goal. But Aaron Davey, you're becoming a star.
There's the pickpocket. Aaron Davey pinched it, broke away and set up Matthew Bate, who will never forget it. A goal with his first kick in AFL football. Like Adamusa, he blazed away from 50, even though he had a man calling for it. And he finished the job. The Demons hit the front. Harris with one arm held, nowhere to go. Got it to Ferrito, and that was good. Sainsbury. Distance would be the tester here, and he knows it. He goes for Thompson's lead. Miller only a metre or two away. The ball a little slippery, and Miller prevailing. Not definitively.
Did he pull it in, Miller? He's a little bit fortunate, I think. Gee, the Sainsbury kick wasn't good enough. It was a really good lead by Nathan Thompson. He'd got the 5-metre break on Brad Miller, and the kick fell metres short.
White starting to impose himself. Godfrey gives it back to him, under pressure, surrounded. Corey Jones, Grant, bobbing, weaving, beautifully done. Like Johnny Famish on at his best. Here's Brown trying to crash through. And that man Pickett, who has covered a lot of territory. And he takes on Petrie. And gives back to Wheatley.
Johnny Famish on plays well.
Yeah, he was a little rover. Played for a suburban team in Melbourne.
Rivers at half-back for the Demons. Bate, buoyed, I'm sure, by his first goal in AFL football. Handball off to Bruce. Bruce, probing kick towards half-forward. Pratt comes up to meet it. Simpson, handball out wide. Now the Kangaroos have got numbers here. Archer surging from half-back, and the kick almost centimetre perfect, dare I say it. And Grant couldn't quite control it. Well done by Godfrey. He's got the job this afternoon, and Godfrey takes it over. And we've got a boundary throw in. Just forward of the wings, we've got the Kangaroos forward set up. Thompson at full forward on Brad Miller. Harding in the pocket opposed to Whelan. Rivers, of course, playing on Drew Petrie out at centre-half forward for the Kangaroos.
Well, a 4-man forward line, and that's what modern footy's become. Very rarely do you see 6 down there once the game gets flowing.
Here's Famo again, trying to break away, but the umpires called it back. It's a free kick to Harris.
Jeff White off, big Jamar on, and he'll need to get on his bike. Here he is.
Dangerous. Oh, that was a bad option from Harris. The door was closing fast. Jamar pinching it from Sinclair, giving it off to Green, who just weighted that perfectly for Uze. Couple of left-footers combining. Now the mercurial Robertson puts the foot to the floor. That was well done. Sylvia with Archer to beat, and Archer's a bit big and strong for him. Well tied up by Bate. Wells, cool, beautifully executed. Sinclair to Pratt, and on the rebound, the Kangaroos look good. Ferrito, outside 50, distance might be beyond him. Sinclair running outside him to try and provide an option. Harvey provides another, and the goal sneak. Oh, well done, Pickett. Just got a finger onto the footy. Ferrito again, this time inside 50, but misses the lot.
Byron Pickett is having an absolutely outstanding 30 minutes of football, and we'll get a replay of that later. He just picked the pocket of Brent Harvey.
Whelan gets it to Travis Johnston. Miller running from fullback. He's got a player out wide. Uze sweeps the handball in his direction. Adam Uze will want his left side. He chips it short with the left boot. McDonald's got it between wing and half forward. Back slightly. Johnston, who drives it low and hard. Green couldn't get there, but Melbourne have got numbers here. Sylvia, Bartram, Johnston, who followed it up. Left foot kick towards full forward. Jamar with a big opportunity here, but well done, Hay. Took the initiative. Little fumble, though. We've got the numbers, the Kangaroos. Jones, left foot kick. Godfrey versus Grant. Grant, superb stuff. Look out, though. Oh, he crashed through the Wheatley tackle. Handball off to Hale. Ferrito. They've got numbers here, Kangaroos. Just need to keep their head. They're away now. Jones. Oh, another fumble. Corey Jones kicks towards the lead of Thompson.
Good lead, good mark. Go back, settle down, kick a goal.
So Nathan Thompson, as we watch it again, had plenty of time. They always had numbers, the numbers on the southern side, did the Kangaroos, and in the end it showed. So Nathan Thompson, a chance for his second, just his third of the season. And to give the lead back to the Kangaroos. From 45, he just misses to the near side, so it's all locked up. 2-5 apiece.
Byron Pickett, have a look at this. Brent Harvey, and all of a sudden he's stripped of the football, and that just takes amazing speed and reflexes to be able to do that, especially to a player like Brent Harvey.
Melbourne, the second slowest in the competition over the first 4 weeks to bring the ball back into play under the new rule. Sydney by far the slowest. Miller marks this beyond 50. Goes for Bate, who's made his presence felt in his first few minutes in AFL footy, and he keeps the ball alive here with a bit of help from his friends, and keeps it alive for the Demons. Sylvia, although tackled, it worked out okay. Bartram, too wide. No, it's not for Robertson. Distance too much for him. He's got to choose his option carefully. He goes to the one-on-one. Uze!
He just turned Archer inside out.
He never allowed Archer to get body contact on him.
He did.
And was just
right.
able to dance around him. And now pop it through for his double century on the MCG. 200 goals. And the Demons are 6 points in front. Well chosen by Robertson.
Yeah, his target was Uze, and a terrific call by you, Tim. Uze, he was smart enough to make sure that Archer didn't get any contact on him.
Jared Rivers has just limped to the Melbourne bench. They're just assessing his left knee at the moment.
Oh, bad news that for the Demons. Rising star. So Melbourne find themselves in front. They lead it by a goal after the Kangaroos got away to much the better start in the opening quarter. Jama tries to crash it forward. Petrie, Bruce, and handball in hope. Now what's the umpire now? The non-controlling umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to the Kangaroos. Petrie. Handball off to Simpson, the captain. Out to Harris. Harris, can he find a target inside attacking 50? Kick across in front of the lead of Rocker. Carroll. Well done, Carroll. Dragged the footy in. His handball, though, was dubious, and Paul Green was pushed in the back. And we the free kick at half-back for the Demons.
A couple of young ruckmen, Petrie and Jamar, going step for step at the moment. Oh, that's a 50-metre penalty. Brady Rawlings, he says he got pushed in the path of Brad Green, umpire having none of it, and
it's the old three-card trick.
Yeah, have a look at it there. Yeah, he's cut across the line. Travis Johnson says, I stooged you, mate.
He was stiff. So, Brad Green, forward of the centre now. Crowded 50 ahead of him.
It's a free kick. Travis Johnson was held again by Brady Rawlings. Travis Johnson has got his team 100 metres and hasn't even had a touch of the footy. Have a look at this. There's Rawlings. Johnson tries to run around the back. He's held. Correct decision by the umpires. And now Brad Green's gone from back pocket to forward pocket.
And having a shot at goal. And I think Rodney Grinter, the Melbourne runner, might have been getting himself involved in that just a little. He was at close quarters. Green, a dead eye around the stick, should not miss this. He doesn't, and the Demons, with some good fortune, kick away. That's how it started. It was unlucky for Rawlings, but they're the rules. There's Rodney Grinter keeping a close eye on things, and Brady Rawlings, a disciplined player, can scarcely believe it. He would be mortified at that.
Whilst Petrie's doing the ruck work, David Hale's gone down to the goal square and he's sharing that area with Severio Rocker. So a couple of bigs deep for the Kangaroos.
White and Petrie. White gets it out. Here comes Pickett. Sylvia got there before him. Bartram now squeezes the kick out very wide. And too wide, in fact, for Bate. Good pressure coming on Bartram. forcing the kick just off its line, off its target. There's Matthew Bate. First kick was a goal in AFL football.
And now David Hale being benched. Nathan Thompson coming on.
White trying to get it to the back. And now there's a free kick being plucked out here. It's going to Bartram for a high tackle.
Melbourne have lifted their intensity in those clearance contests in this quarter.
Handball off to Green, who drives it from outside 50. Contest just beside the goal square, and well done by Green. Oh, he did too much in the end. No, the umpire said throw it in. I thought he just paddled deliberately over the line, but the umpire said it was okay. Let's have a look at it, and there's, no, it looked as though it might have been off a Melbourne player. Boundary throw-in. Deep in Melbourne's forward pocket. White reaches over the top to get it to Johnston. Well done to Davey, wrapped up by Simpson. Simpson's over the ball, needs to get it out here. Adam Simpson. No, the umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt. And about 45 metres from the Melbourne goal.
A cast of thousands there. That's why it's hard. If the Demons get it, it's hard for them to find a couple of metres of space. The Kangaroos have just got plenty of numbers around this bounce down.
Aaron Davey was ready to go. Adam Simpson knew it. Makepeace, nowhere for him to go either. White, Ferrito for the Kangaroos, stolen. James McDonald just hanging in the air, didn't get the penetration in the kick. Sylvia to Uze for goal number 201, and the Demons lead by 18 points.
It was interesting looking at that because when Uze had to go from about 50 metres, McDonald was that free player just in front of the goal square, and McDonald, you can see he almost hesitates before he gives it to Uze here, but it was unselfish play and the right option.
3 Kangaroos up in that marking contest, not one Demon, so they had the numbers at ground level, Melbourne.
So Adam Uze, a couple of goals, and he's a real thorn in the Kangaroo defence at the moment. White doing well in the ruck. Sylvia tried to get boot the ball, couldn't. Now, interesting looking handball out to Bartram. Bruce under pressure. Well done for Rito and Simpson in combination. Simpson, wild handball out wide. Well, look out, here comes Byron. Breaks the tackle of Harris. Cool and composed, kicks it out wide. Oh, great kick. Brown didn't have to break stride. Around Harvey with ease. Nathan Brown, driving kick. Oh, look out, here's Bruce. Bruce marks on 50, he's got a loose player in the pocket. Instead, he kicks to Uze. Sylvia was loose in a more central location. But Adam Uze is on fire in this Melbourne forward half.
Byron Pickett. This is Byron across the half back line. Does he ever back himself? Had the acceleration and the bounce, and then another run and bounce. And that's the tactics of the Demons. Wherever possible, run and carry the footy, break the lines.
Adam Uze coming in for his 13th disposals, kicked 2 goals, 1. Angle reasonably acute, as you can see. No problems. Kicks his 3rd. Melbourne further in front. Well, Melbourne have kicked 5 goals to 0 in their second quarter. Quite an outstanding quarter of football.
Yes, and it's been some of the experienced players. Adam Uze played over 200 games, of course. I think Brad Green certainly lifted. Jeff White's been good, and let's not forget Byron Pickett. He's just been sensational, and that in turn would give the other Melbourne players a lot of confidence.
A hat-trick in the second quarter to Adam Uze. Back to his best sharpshooting. They say stats don't count for much these days. In this quarter, the disposals are 52-48. Melbourne's way, marginally. The scoreboard says 5-2 to 1 behind.
I've never seen Byron Pickett as hungry as he is at the moment. Now, his former coach said he was just about umpired out of the game. That was when he was with Port Adelaide. And when he came over here to Melbourne, he looked as if he was overweight. There were big question marks on his future. Gee, he's answered them the last couple of weeks.
Wells turns himself into a ruckman. Bartram bringing it down, I think, for James McDonald, although it was debatable. And the Kangaroos come out with a free. The supporters suggesting not before time. Adam Simpson. Sits it for Thompson, and that's a free, surely.
Had to be.
Dragged from behind it, it is. Miller got a piece of him above the shoulder and it pulled him back. In fact, he got a hunk of his scalp.
Bit of WWF stuff there.
We know it's the real thing.
Well, absolutely.
So Thompson and the Kangaroos need this.
Coach Tommy Alvin, Tim, he had the long hair down to the shoulders, and a couple of times he got scragged by the hair.
Hard to miss it, wasn't it? That's a good kick from Thompson, and the Kangaroos pull one back. But it's just the start of the climb back. They've slipped to 4 goals down. That pulls it back. Mightn't have been quite as much hair in that as the other angles seem to reveal, but the free kick looked to be there.
Dean Laidley, watching his side, kicked their first goal of this second quarter. Melbourne, before that, had kicked 5 unanswered goals, so the margin is back to 18 points. White, Bartram again tries to knock it forward, only as far as the Kangaroo captain Simpson, who kicks it out wide. Wells runs around the footy. Bates got it, well tackled by Ferrito. McDonald shares it with Green, who floats it towards half forward. It was a poor kick, and a free kick to the Kangaroos. Brown, a couple of Browns, a couple of Greens in this game this afternoon. Long kick by Pratt towards half forward. Ball to the back. Bruce. Deft little touch. Miller trying to take on Harding. Oh, Whelan, superb spin out of trouble. Bruce, now the Demons away. Cameron Bruce normally uses it very well. Bartram in support. The old 1-2. Bruce pulled off the ball, but he got it and did well enough to get it to Travis Johnston.
Another example of the Demons run and bounce and carry out of the back line. And they have repeatedly done it.
As we look at the brilliant...
The old-fashioned blind turn.
Yeah,
you don't see that too often in footy nowadays.
And there aren't many better sights in the game than Cameron Bruce carrying the ball. Beautifully balanced, beautifully poised.
So Travis Johnston, a wonderful kick here of the footy from inside 50. Drop punt, the goal umpire does not move. So Melbourne respond quickly to the Kangaroos' goal, and the margin back out to an even 4 goals.
Well, there's the old-fashioned blind turn, and then the run and carry. Cameron Bruce, one bounce, continues his run, gets it back, and Travis Johnson in front on the lead. So it's a quick answer to the Nathan Thompson goal.
Been a stressful week, and it's a busy day at the end of it. The Kangaroos are 4 goals down. Travis Johnston, last year's best and fairest. His emergence as a high-quality player is complete. Green getting it out for the Demons. Godfrey getting it further out, but only as far as Makepeace. To Sansbury. Just controlled the kick, but did not much. Thompson had to go the spoil. Miller getting a hunk of Rawlings. Now Harvey. Tugged on the kick, and it pulled it further around the corner than he wanted.
Jonathan Hay coming off, and Glenn Archer on.
Whelan from fullback. Gee, another great kick. Green. Now he's got Bartram running for him. He uses that option. Bartram needs to keep going. He does. Kick towards half forward. Robertson on a long lead. Brown applying enough pressure. Well tackled though down there by Bate. Turns it over again. Robertson just pushed off the kick. Ferrito's got to go back and does with courage. And marks at centre half back for the Kangaroos. Hale is across the ground. He's got Archer running for him wide. Decides to go beyond him to Shannon Grant, who marks on the wing in space. Shannon Grant trying to direct traffic as he goes. Inside to Archer. Look out, here comes Davey. Pushed Archer off the kick, but he's able to get it towards full forward. Whelan, the fist in on Harding. Pickett Just inside the line, cool as you like. Back to Carroll. The man with the mo kicks it wide, very wide. Kangaroos have got plenty of time here to set up. Perry, and he kicks it in short, and the mark taken by Rawlings.
Under 5 minutes left. Kangaroos could do with a couple of goals before half-time. They certainly don't want to concede anymore.
Been a 6-goal-to-1 quarter in favour of the Demons.
Only one Demon on the attacking side of the centre as they're flooded. Makepeace, skillful user of the ball with his left foot. Sinclair on and off the bench thus far. To Green. Man on the mark, pretty much at 50 and out near the boundary, so it would be a tester from there. And it's very crowded up ahead, as you can see. So he thinks about the shot and then changes his mind and overshoots Corey Jones. Another behind. The Demons wasting no time there, and they can really rebound. Wheatley to Robertson.
Robertson, a couple of bounces. Uses Carroll, who chips it short dangerously. Wells applied enough pressure, then found it on the ground. Well played. Grant's well tackled in turn by Robertson. Desperate stuff on both sides. Numbers with the Demons. Carroll head down. Shovels a handball out to Bate, who's been very impressive. Matthew Bate draws a player. Brown, look out. Hit by Harris. Soccer forward by Uze with great effect. Although the numbers with the Kangaroos. Archer got a bad bounce, but they've got plenty of numbers there. And they work out of defence. Sinclair, Sainsbury, now Rawlings from half-back delivers onto the chest of Rocker, who marks just forward of the wing.
Umpire says he's played on. He just trickled off the side of the mark. Oh, Harding would get a free for that. Front-on contact as he was trying to mark. Matthew Whelan complaining, but were his eyes on the ball? No, they weren't. And he made contact. That's a free. So Lee Harding, whose job it is to kick goals from the limited opportunities that come in the way of forward pocket goal sneaks, needs to kick this for his team. 2.5 minutes from half-time. There it is.
And that's exactly where he lined up. That was exactly the line that he ran.
So margin 21 points.
I reckon the Demons would be happy if they can just make sure the Kangaroos don't get a goal in the next 2 minutes of play, to go in at half-time and be satisfied with their 6-goal quarter to the Kangaroos 1.
So Green just slowing things down. Kick along towards Jamar, who's able to mark it just centimetres off the turf. Jamar's done a couple of useful things this afternoon, signalling he wants to kick it long. So he does. Oh, gee, I don't know about long. He certainly kicked it high. Big pack of players on the wing. In from the side, Green couldn't control it. Whelan, another turn. Sainsbury, well done. Picked out Harding with the handball. He sweeps the handball to a couple. Simpson off to Green. Kangaroos a chance here as we draw towards half-time. And Pratt, yes, he's got it. He's been paid the mark, Daniel Pratt. He was in a big pack. And not sure why the Melbourne defence couldn't get a hand in there, or a fist indeed.
Just before he lines them up, Christy, are we going to see Jared Rivers after half-time?
It looks like we will, actually. He was just standing up ready to come back on, but he's sat back down again. But they have strapped up that knee actually just below the knee, and he's done a couple of warm-up laps, and he looks like he'll be all right.
And applauses for Matthew Bate, the first gamer coming off. He's played a very good second quarter.
That was the first contested mark of this second quarter.
Pratt kicks and misses to the right. So they've had their opportunities in the last 6 or 7 minutes, Rob, the Kangaroos, but their kicking has really let them down.
Yes, and we see a shot of Travis Johnson there. He spent the last 5 minutes virtually standing in Melbourne's goal square, so he's had his spell without leaving the field because the ball just hasn't been down there.
So about 50 seconds left. Long ball to a contest, as though the Demons are going to have a crack at trying to build something here, and that was a good contested mark from Nathan Brown. Bruce. Now it looks as though they might just cool it. 20-point lead, relatively low-scoring game. The Kangaroos have only kicked 3 goals. It's a substantial break. They're being careful. There's Bate. It looks as though he's got a nick on the face.
The last 4 scores have been behinds to the Kangaroos, so they've had some opportunities, just haven't been able to kick accurately.
Jamar on the end of it. Front and square, Brad Green. Sylvia, few seconds to go if someone can catch this. They won't, and that might be the end of it. Robertson. No dice. And the Demons have to be content with a 20-point.
So the third quarter about to get underway here at the MCG. The Demons by 20 points. What can the Kangaroos muster in their second half as Godfrey kicks it wide of the centre square? Harvey and Brown. Well done, Harvey. Slipped the handball to Harris. Hurried kick under pressure. Godfrey and Grant. Grant read it best. Handball at close quarters to Harding. Back to Grant. Under pressure. Just kicks it haphazardly inside attacking 50. Miller in front. Well done. Kept strength there. Carroll. Beautifully done to Whelan. And now Brad Green from half-back. Long raking kick towards half-forward. It was a poor kick. And Brown coming up takes a comfortable mark for the Kangaroos.
They're 20 points down, and in the last 3 weeks, they haven't won a quarter after half-time. It's all in front of them. Rawlings gives to Petrie.
Daniel Wells is one who really needs to lift his game. Won't be easy for him. James McDonald going step for step with him.
2 crowded up ahead, so he goes sideways and backwards. Brown to Sinclair. He's going to see the same sort of thing. And they are doing the perimeter of one half of the MCG. Now Makepeace goes forward and did it nicely to Shannon Grant. Difficult side for a left footer.
Well, they've got the mark inside the 50, and that's what they were after. But as you say, it's a pretty high price, because the man with the football is a left footer, and at the moment he's pressed against the fence.
He can kick a goal, but he knows this is a tough one. He was having a peep inwards, but he sees no other option. And he does well. That is a wonderful kick, and it's just the kickstart the Roos needed. Troy Makepeace knew his go-to man. Shannon Grant.
Well, game 242 for Shannon Grant. Of course, he started with Sydney as a teenager. He's a class act, and we just saw that on display then.
So, a very quick goal to open this second half by the Kangaroos. Margin 14 points. Hale read it best out of the centre. Harris hard as ever. Simpson scrambles it forward, and Petrie playing in front of Rivers marks. Can they manufacture another one? He kicks deep into the pocket, going back almost. Chance there for Grant, deep in the pocket, concedes ground. Rawlings, left foot snap, tries to curl it back. Thompson at the back is marked. Nathan Thompson's marked right beside the behind post, and will be pulled round on almost an impossible angle.
Well, they've come out full of beans in this third quarter. He's played on, the big fella.
He snaps and he goes. 2 in a minute to the Kangaroos. So Nathan Thompson kicks goal number 3, has 1 in each of the quarters. And the margin, Rob, all of a sudden is back to 8 points.
Absolutely, and they're back in the game. It's amazing, isn't it, how quick a game can swing. For the entire second quarter, it was all Demons. Kangaroos peppered the goals towards the half-time break. Couldn't get it through the big sticks, and we've seen 2 from the angle there. And there's Travis Johnson with his new opponent, Casey Green. And Casey Green's got one thing in mind, and that is to torment the hell out of him. And that's what he's done since they started to play this third quarter. He has just been elbowing him, niggling him, annoying him every way he can.
Game on. Maybe it started before half-time. The Kangaroos kicked the last 4 behinds of the first half. They did go in, though, 20 points down. Wells, Sinclair, buffeted over by Sylvia.
And this is the Brady Rawlings snapshot, marked by Nathan Thompson. And the big fella experienced enough to take 2 or 3 quick steps to open up the angle and then angle it on the boot to put it through.
From the throw-in, Demons a chance, but Jamar's handball pinched by Harris. Farito, good stuff. Simpson to Harris. Oh, that was good too by Brad Green for Bate, who looks a likely type. And it's a good kick. Brave from Robertson, just couldn't hang on and he's hurt. Kangaroos have got the footy under control. Pratt to Rawlings, and they have the members wing to themselves. Although Davies bearing down, Daniel Wells saw him coming and laid the block. Harvey, dangerous around goal, might go all the way, and he does go all the way. The margin is just 2 points. They've kicked 3 inside 4 minutes of footy time. Russell Robertson is looking dazed, but it looks as though he's going to bat on.
Well, he's in front there, and he cops Lee Brown from one direction. Jonathan Hay behind him, all accidental, but it hurt. Great play there by Boomer Harvey. Draws an opponent, and he carried that ball about 30 metres after he took the mark, but a terrific start by the Kangaroos, and worries on the Demon coach Neil Danaher now.
Marks in this third quarter, 10 to the Kangaroos, 0 to Melbourne. As Bruce is wrapped up by a couple, and we'll get another bounce.
Well, what they need is something out of Cameron Bruce, Adam Uze, Travis Johnson, the experienced players, because they've been ambushed, the Demons, at the start of this third term.
Jamar gets it forward. Wells couldn't handle it. Makepeace can. Evades a couple of tackles. Troy Makepeace with a bounce, wobbles it towards half forward. It was a poor kick, intercepted by Whelan. Uses Green. Now he's got Davey free at half forward. Great kick will find Davey. Yes. Now Davey can run. He's got Uze forward of the play, and Adam Uze marks on attacking 50. Bruce running back to the goal square. Cameron Bruce in good position here. He marks. No, he doesn't. Great stuff from Adam Simpson to get back, not infringe, and spoil the ball at the same time, and behind only to Melbourne.
Absolutely. Simpson fantastic in that pressure situation, not to give up a free kick.
It was actually a beautiful move by the Demons, but it took a good one to counteract it, counter-punch it. It's Casey Green. Kangaroos coming from the clouds here. That was well played by Sylvia, but how will it fall? Harvey's there and dangerous again, and Farito, and loose with the barn door wide open is Nathan Thompson, who can line up for his 4th and for the lead.
Well, smart play by Thompson. He dropped out. This is the spoil by Adam Simpson. Eyes on the footy, and that's what saves. And that is a fantastic spoil. The hardest spoil in football when you're running with the flight of the ball. Thompson drops out of the pack. He cheats. He drops back. He backpedals, and Miller's sucked into the contest. The experienced forward drops back and takes the easy chip pass, and this could put the Kangaroos in front.
3 goals in the first half, 4 inside 8 minutes at the start of the third quarter. The Roos are in front.
Gee, a bit harsh, Rob, calling Nathan Thompson's move, calling him a cheat. There was numbers at the ball. He just did the smart thing and backed off the pack.
I played a career that way, Chris. I love a good cheat.
And there you did see Russell Robertson sitting on the bench after a clash to the head. He is feeling very sick and very sore, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's it for him for the game.
Could be a big blow for the Demons. No Neitz, no Robertson. They could be in strife.
They could indeed. And I wonder whether the move of Brad Miller to move up forward isn't far away. White decisively. Sharkdo by Rawlings. Now a chance for Bartram. Little fumble. Costly. And he's over the top of it. He should be penalised. No. Given the benefit of the doubt there. And a bounce at centre-half forward for the Kangaroos.
Well, with Robertson off, they've moved Ben Holland to full forward, the Demons.
Punch forward only as far as Bruce. Well tackled by Harvey. Spills to Whelan, who manages to squeeze the kick out wide, but only as far as Sinclair. He kicks into the pocket. Thompson again. Oh, he's on fire. Nathan Thompson.
Well, Michael, you mentioned to move Miller forward to bolster the forward line. They might have to move Miller because he cannot control Nathan Thompson. Now, I watched Thompson closely there. When Sinclair had the ball, Miller just gave him a 10-metre break and is not playing anywhere near tight enough. He's not trying to block his run. He's playing this big fella from behind, and it's going to cost him. Nathan Thompson lining up his 5th goal and his 3rd for this quarter, which is less than 10 minutes old.
And for his 250th career goal, and he just misses. He sits at 249 career goals. So 4 goals to the tally for Nathan Thompson this afternoon.
It is all the Kangaroos. They have turned this game on its head at the start of the second half.
What they might need to do is put Carroll onto Thompson and move Miller onto Rocker.
Good long kick in from Johnston to Davey, who, as usual, has done some wonderful things today, but that wasn't one of them. Casey Green's got it. It's all going pear-shaped for the Demons.
Too slow to get it in. They had a 2-on-2 contest, and now Melbourne have got numbers back.
Sits it up and hopes. Petrie in the midst of it, and one clean grab. Couldn't hang on. Rivers. Now Pickett. Can he spark them again? Ben Holland needed to mark it. Kangaroos with 2 men around him. Pickett arrives and mows down Jess Sinclair.
Well, his teammate dropped the easy ball, and Byron followed up and said, well, I better do it all myself.
And gives it back to that teammate, Ben Holland. And things grind to a halt. Nathan Brown. Demons trailing.
Yeah, Carroll has taken Severio to the opposite end of the ground. So, in effect, Severio's full back for the Kangaroos at the moment.
As I said, the Kangaroos hadn't won a quarter after half-time over the last 3 weeks. They've come out and kicked 4 goals to nothing in the first 10 minutes here. Here's Holland, who followed his own kick down, and it's ruled touch.
Two bites at the cherry, Tim.
One inside, one out. Completed the mark on the wrong side, it seems. The umpires are conferring. No, it's been paid. It's been reversed. Boundary umpire's decision overturned. But it seems...
Let's have a look at it. One bite.
Oh, that was a tough call. Brave one from the field umpire. I reckon looking at that, the boundary umpire might have been right. Petrie to Hay. That's over the line. It will be thrown in.
He got his way, the boundary umpire.
He did.
Eventually.
He's persistent.
Let's have a look at Byron Pickett. Jeez, he's quick. Just swoops on them.
And turn Sinclair in the tackle. McDonald brilliantly done. Brown a left foot snap. He was wide. Chance for Davey. He's got it.
How's that one?
That's in.
That's
now
in.
He plays on quickly and finds Pickett, who has marked 47 from goal. Played a blistering opening quarter, Byron Pickett.
Well, obviously, understatement to say the Demons need this, but the move's been made. Carroll has moved on to Thompson. And Miller is playing on Severio Rocker.
So now a chance for Bruce.
There we see the move, and I think that was overdue.
So Cameron Bruce now with it. As we look at the shot clock, this to put Melbourne back in front from just inside 50. Squirts it out to the right and behind the end result.
I wonder if there was a walkout in the Kangaroos' rooms at half-time, because something's happened. They've come out recharged. Lee Brown. Hay. A little dangerous to give it to him in these situations, because his kicking is so lacking in confidence. His decision-making is awry. He gives to Harvey. Safe pair of hands. Petrie. Kangaroos lead by 3 points. Being careful here, having made up all that lost ground. They don't want to give it back now. Harris, Demons sag back. Let him run off the mark if he chooses. Doesn't have a lot that he likes to go to. That's a good kick, flat and quick. But the Demons, I think through Whelan, able to get the fist onto it and take it to the line. So the quarter half gone, and the Kangaroos have dominated it. Melbourne haven't kicked a goal for a long time.
White trying to get it to the back towards Green. Now a chance for Bruce. Run provided out wide by Uze. Kick looking for Bate. Oh, well done, Hay, this time. Worked his way to the front and knocks it over the boundary line. Did it very well there, Jonathan Hay. So Melbourne have just stabilised things in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Haven't been able to score a goal, but at least they've halted the momentum of the Kangaroos, who are running rampant at the start of this third quarter. Bate couldn't control it again. The pressure this time from Ferrito, forcing the ball over the boundary line.
Those 50s, look, they were dead level at half-time. Virtually nothing in it through the first half, even though Melbourne led by 4 goals, but Kangaroos dominating now.
Uze, kick forward by Simpson. Bruce couldn't control it. Green can. Handball Uze. Now he's very dangerous in this situation, Adam Uze. From 45, he kicks across the face, just offline. So they're peppering the goals, Melbourne, but...
Interesting move this. Hale, the ruckman, has gone to full forward. Ben Holland's gone with him. Holland won't be comfortable back there in defence.
Good effort by Davey with eyes on the ball. He was allowed to make contact. Johnston, very clever. Lovely hand pass to Bartram. From a long way, it's one-on-one. Uze with the sit, but Hay sees it safely across.
Demons have moved Miller forward, and that's not a bad move because he had the Horrors playing in the back line. So, with no David Neitz and Russell Robertson off injured,
He's
Miller...
back, I think.
Yeah, well, Miller's their hope now, up forward.
Well, the Brown kick was brilliantly sport by Bate, who's had a fantastic debut. And as we look at his spoil there, and we'll get a boundary throw in. Half forward for Melbourne. White at the back. Green third man up. Couldn't control it. Green. A couple of greens. Harris. And the umpire lets it go. He's continuing to let it go. Waiting for the players to sort it out, and eventually they knock it over. David Hale sits down for the Kangaroos. Melbourne with a goal-scoring opportunity here. Sinclair well tackled by Bartram. White, quick kick out of the pack, is smothered. Makepeace, no support. Bartram, slick hand. Davey from just outside 50, loads up to the top of the goal square. Robertson, good to see him back on the ground. And a boundary thrown this time in the right forward pocket for Melbourne.
Mightn't have been the right option that time from Davey. He had to make a quick decision, and he went the long one. Melbourne attacking here, looking for the lead again, and Pickett might be just the man. No, it's off the side of the boot. It's Uze.
Body work, Tim. Took Rawlings under the footy. Terrific bit of ruck work by Russell Robertson, who was third man up. Got it down to Byron Pickett. Came off the side of the boot. And you can just see Uze squeezed Brady Rawlings under the footy and let the ball come down onto his chest.
He's testing the tolerance of the umpire here with the clock ticking down. The umpire, of course, can't see it. Got his eye back in, Adam Uze. His goal shooting seemed to have fallen off a bit last year. 3 goals, 2 for the day, all of them in the second quarter. And he's got the radar working at the punt road again, end again. Demons in front. Pickett in everything today. It's only his second game back at the MCG since winning the Norm Smith medal in the 2004 grand final. There he was again, and Uze finished the job.
So there's Severio Rocker up there in front of the goal square, and his opponent is a very nervous Ben Holland. Holland would much prefer to be up the other end of the ground, so this will test him.
White wins it down towards Bruce. handball was too slick for Sylvia. Lets the Kangaroos in. Adam Simpson with the right boot inside attacking 50. Holland and Rocker. Ball to the back. Chance for Jones. He'll get there just in time. Whelan, good pressure. Rivers, good tackle. And we'll get a boundary throw in. So this quarter...
Interesting stat there, Michael. Have a look at the inside 50 targets for the match. The Kangaroos are going to Thompson so often. 9 times they've gone to him. And look, he's playing really well this third quarter. And have a look at the Demons. Robertson 6 times, Uze 3. Robertson yet to fire.
Oh, Wells all by himself at the front of the pack. Snaps and misses. Gee, can't afford to give someone of that quality, Daniel Wells, that much space, and the Melbourne defence did it, and luckily for them they didn't pay the ultimate price. Wells missed the golden opportunity there.
That's his first miss for the season. Demons by 4 points. Whelan brings it in, gets a good call here from Holland and a good pair of hands. Maloney hasn't had a lot of game time. Bruce, oh, he saw Simpson coming. Holland again. White. Holland starting to get to like this back half stuff. And he places that well for Miller, who might be enjoying being released from his defensive role down the back where he was tormented by Thompson. And Melbourne just starting to recapture some of their poise. Bruce. Robertson. Maloney goes at it. Back to Robertson. Can he work one of his little miracles? Not here. But again, the game undergoing some change. Melbourne seem to have quelled the early onslaught, and they're back in the contest.
Simpson at the base of the pack. Good desperate stuff, though, by Jamar. Prohibited him from getting away. Maloney, quick snap out of the pack. Sainsbury, well done. Read the footy. And chips it out wide to Petrie, who marks at half-back for the Kangaroos. Delivers to the wing. Jones has got a task here. Well done, Rivers. Good spoil. Arriving Bruce. He was beaten to it, though, by Ferrito. And now he sets Wells away. A wild handball into the path of Jones. Rivers did very well. Just socketed it out of his reach and follows it up. Boundary throw in half-forward for the Kangaroos.
One of the Melbourne midfielders, Brett Maloney's only played 3 minutes this quarter. They've just brought him on, and he looks as if he's got a bit of run in the legs.
Hale takes it out. Oh, clever handball to the back. Simpson drives it long to the goal square in good position. Holland, oh, he dropped the mark he should have taken. Chance for Shannon Grant. Loose play. Harvey will kick a goal. Kangaroos back in front. So, Brent Harvey goals after Holland dropped the mark, and I'm sure he'll be disappointed with that.
Well, he would not like playing on that last line of defence, and he looks that out of match practice. I watch him closely because I coached him at Richmond many years ago. This is what you call referred pressure. It's the easiest mark you could go for, but he's expecting contact and contest to come from behind. It doesn't. He gets the jitters, Benny Holland, and he puts it down. And, well, that's something that Neil Danaher has to work through, because he's put Miller up forward, who was getting beaten down there. He's put Holland, who's unaccustomed to playing in defence. He's just got to live with it for a while.
If Holland was nervous, Rob, as you stated, he'll be more nervous now when the ball comes back. Here's Archer. Crashing through and opening it up for Wells, and this is a promising move. Ferrito to Sinclair, probing ball. Can someone snare it? Thompson got the hands on. It's still alive. Thompson paddling. Jones waiting out Harding. Didn't come to him. Godfrey sliding it to Pickett, and the Demons now with Sylvia loose might be able to do some damage on the counter-attack. He backs himself against Hale, and well he might. Kicks to a contest. Miller. Robertson, his only hope. Brown to Simpson to Hay. The disposal letting him down again. And the Demons might hurt here. Bruce to Davey.
Needs to settle down. It's within kicking distance.
There's Hay again.
Yes, disappointing kick.
Coming from the ground, Jonathan Hay, Perry on.
Jonathan Hay, I checked his stats last year, and he averaged 3 kicks a game and 7 handballs. He doesn't want to kick the footy, and he goes like a crab. He goes sideways anyway in order to avoid kicking the ball.
The lead's changed 3 times in this third quarter, and Aaron Davey changes it for a 4th time.
And there's the kick from Hay. Matthew Bate, he's had a wonderful debut. And the poise and skill of Cameron Bruce, chipping it over the oncoming player into the arms of Aaron Davey. And a great finish there from Davey, his first of the afternoon.
And it was Byron Pickett who took that ball out of defensive 50 for Melbourne, and he looms as a potential match winner.
Jamar thumps it forward for the Demons. Here he comes again. He crashes through. Didn't get an effective disposal away that time. Wells picks it up, chips it to his captain. Simpson draws a player over the top. Sinclair wants his left side. Good chase by McDonald, but a kick is offline.
And the match winner for the Kangaroos could well be Daniel Wells, who's starting to just show some pace and poise in the midfield.
Margin 3 points in favour of the Demons. It's been an impressive comeback in this third term by the Kangaroos. In that second quarter, they look out of sorts as the crowd cheer the mark from Ben Holland.
It's a cricket crowd. He fielded that one.
It's a cruel game.
He kicks across the ground to Rivers.
Why are people so unkind?
Rivers.
It's what they come to the footy for, Rob, to let it all out after a tough week.
Godfrey.
This fella with the footy,
Johnston.
he's a good player, but his team desperately needs him to lift and give them something in the next 40 minutes if they're to get over the line, because the Kangaroos have got a real sniff.
Good kick. That was a great kick, in fact, to Jamar, who is intent on playing on. That's good attacking play, although he gives it back to Johnston, who really finds himself in some trouble here. Oh, did it superbly. Hurries the kick, though, towards half forward. Bruce in good position. Oh, Glenn Archer. He was out of position, and with great courage, as we've so often seen, coming back and marking strongly.
It was the Archer of old, wasn't it?
Chips to Rawlings, and the Kangaroos hold up the Melbourne attack.
Melbourne have got Jeff White playing as a deep forward, whilst Jamar does the ruck work. I think that's good, because I'd keep White on the field most of the time. Give him his bit of a spell when he goes into that goal square.
Daniel Pratt wearing golden boots. Last line of defence for the Kangaroos. Has to go long, and it's a good placement for Simpson. Maloney made the spoil. There's an out on the full. It just slid off Uze's boot. Rawlings. Miller got a finger onto it, but Sinclair's able to break anyway. Well-weighted pass for Harvey. Kangaroo crowd wanting 50, and under the new interpretation, you can see where they were coming from. Just over a minute left. Tremendous third quarter from the Kangaroos. Back from 20 points down. Seesawing struggle now.
Let's see if they go to Thompson again.
Time enough for either side to kick an important goal. Jones has played on. He's forced wide. Grant, who started it with a big goal from out here, but this time he's too far out. Done it so many times when it's counted for the Roos. Thompson's been doing it all day. He's kicked 4. Good pass from Grant to Green. He'd have to kick this from about 55.
Well, again, it's been a series of uncontested marks by the Kangaroos as they desperately try to set someone up within goal-kicking distance, and they may well have been successful again.
And with time ticking away, this will be the last chance. It's a good hoist. It is all the way. The Kangaroos, in the shadows of three-quarter time, are back in front. It's the 5th change in the lead for the quarter. And it's Casey Green's 2nd goal. He's been pretty good.
Well, he has been good. He's pretty hard and tough. That's what I like about him. And Shannon Grant bringing him into the play with a bullet-like pass. Good quarter by the Kangaroos. They've been able to get 6 goals on the board. Melbourne just the 2.
Casey Green, a couple of goals. There's Dean Laidley. He'd be wrapped with the way his sides performed in this third quarter.
He's walked out of the coach's box.
They trailed by as much as 24 points deep into the second quarter. Hale goes at it, knocks it down. Maloney crashes through as the three-quarter time siren sounds. A great comeback. And the
minutes, only 8 Kangaroos have done that. So you'd think the Kangaroos might be a slightly fresher outfit. The last time Melbourne came from behind the Kangaroos at three-quarter time to win was more than 30 years ago in 1975. It's a big quarter for both teams. The stakes are as high as they come. As early as round 5, that is. Simpson gives the Kangaroos first use, and Petrie takes the mark. First goal would be very handy for the Roos, and that's a neat little delivery and a scoring chance in the opening moments for Pratt, who's run forward.
Good mark, Drew Petrie, and even better short pass to set his teammate up for a shot at goal.
Man on the mark at 40. Important kick here. And that is about as straight as they come, and the Kangaroos lead by 9 points.
Ben Holland has been dragged. It was his opponent who took this mark, Drew Petrie, and Holland just is out of his depth playing in defence. So Rivers has been moved onto Drew Petrie. Holland to the bench.
So some real concerns now for Neil Danaher. 7 goals to 2. After half-time, Ben Holland on the bench for the Demons. And the Kangaroos, their 9-point lead is their biggest of the match. White, Maloney. Chance for Bruce. Trying to get the handball clear. Good pressure, though, from the Kangaroos. McDonald searching for some assistance. Finds it in Bartram. Well done, young man. Off the bait. Oh, that was clever as well. Sweeps the handball to White. Out wide. Green can kick a goal from here. Oh, he blazed away. Tried to kick it too hard. Robertson in the pocket. In fact, it was Uze. Now a chance for Robertson. Davies free. He ignored that. And his kick partly smothered. And Perry shares it with Green, who does the right thing in the end and concedes a behind.
Over the course of the game, a few occasions Melbourne forwards have been greedy. I thought they could have set their teammates up.
A little fumble off the boot from Makepeace, but no one was playing him close. And that's a lovely ball down the corridor. Dropping on the chest of Daniel Pratt, whose goal to give the Kangaroos a cushion was just the second of his career. What a moment for him. That was almost a mini catastrophe as he found Harris in the end, but it was nearly cut off. Kangaroos by 8 points. The Demons, who looked as though they were more than halfway home at the long break, are now struggling. Lee Brown. A lot of football left. Murky afternoon, lights on at the MCG. And the light fading to a degree that the ground is starting to light up as it does for night matches. Archer took a wonderful defensive mark in that third quarter. Rivers can only take it over. Not much happening for the Demons right now.
Well, they've pinned their hopes on Robertson up forward with Miller and Aaron Davey.
Hale gets it out. Harding couldn't control it. Bate could. Well done, Maloney. Around Wells. It's got Green running in support. Brad Green for Melbourne. Chips it short. Kick didn't quite get to its mark. Robertson, brilliantly done. Kick towards full foot. Perry out position Miller. And Joel Perry is marked. So the Kangaroos at the moment have got all the answers.
And again, Russell Robertson is down. And I think he's just about finished for the game. He's got that injury to the head in that third quarter, and now it looks like a knee injury.
Hay to Green to Pratt.
It's not good news for the Demons. Robertson and Neitz have been their two top goal kickers over the last 6 years.
So Pratt just chips it towards Wells. Okay, mark taken. Kick inside. Harris.
It's their 12th mark for the quarter, the Kangaroos. Melbourne, none.
So Melbourne have got their numbers back. There's Russell Robertson just guarding space.
They just can't get the ball, Melbourne.
So Harris decides to go backwards to Brown.
The crowd hate this sort of football, don't they?
Petrie.
But just about all teams are playing it now. Keeping's off.
And now the captain, Simpson.
Well, the Demons just have to be strictly one-on-one.
Now he's called play on here. Simpson still gets some penetration with the left boot. Well done by Johnston. Sport Green going back. Slipped the tackle on Harvey. And then kicks it intelligently to Bate. Now, Melbourne a chance here. They can build, although they've got to get numbers ahead of the play because there's not too much on offer. The kick from Bate's perfect. Robertson limps noticeably after he takes the mark. Now he kicks it wide. Maloney and Hay. Hay attacked it hard. Couldn't take the mark. Sinclair.
No,
there's a
free kick to Hay.
Free kick coming back to Jonathan Hay against Maloney. I'm not quite sure about that. The umpire was behind both players. It would have been hard to see where the eyes were as Sinclair and Uze get involved.
Robertson off, and I doubt if we'll see him again.
It wasn't a good placement there. He had Sylvia running into space, and in the end he kicked the ball to Hayes' advantage as the skirmish goes on between Sinclair and Uze. Play on here. This is Maloney with an old hand in Simpson. Bruce and Brown. And the Demons are away, and they're a chance. Oh, what a good pair of hands. Not paid.
It has been.
It has been.
It might have been a free, I'm not sure, Tim. He's paid the mark.
Gee, he's been impressive. This has been a very good start from a youngster. 18 years of age, strong body, and red hair. Always a good sign.
And he's been terrific. He looks like he's been out there for 5 years. Not overawed by the occasion at all.
A goal with his first kick. This would be even bigger. With the last quarter now well developed and his team trailing by a kick and a half. He's across the face. The margin is 7 points. That's a sad sight for Demon fans. It looks as though Russell Robertson's day is finished. What do you make of it, Christy?
Yeah, look, he didn't look well when he came off the first time. He was obviously forced to go back on there because they needed him, but he's really not right now.
Ferrito on centre wing, chips it to Green. Good tumbling mark, low down. Now Ferrito kept running. Johnston, good chase, but he was able to get the kick away, and Grant in good position. And Bartram, though, did well enough, the youngster.
Body language looks ordinary for the Demons. Wherever you look, you know, their heads are down, shaking their heads and looking pretty sorry for themselves.
Only 7 points out of it. Harvey, good tackle again from Bartram. Whelan. Kick partly smothered. Wells, oh, that's a great tackle from Bartram. A turnover in any case. Bruce, Miller, the run provided through the midfield by Brown. Back to Bruce. There's one-on-one inside attacking 50. Maloney from outside 50. Bangs away to the goal square. Hay getting back, but the ball was already through. One behind, so one straight kick in the contest. And Melbourne in the last 3 or 4 minutes, Rob, have certainly controlled things. Haven't been able to score a goal, but they're getting back into the game in general play.
Kangaroos took their captain Simpson off about a minute ago, and gee, I'd be thinking that you'd need him out there just for his control and his voice and his courage. I think Adam Simpson's had a very, very good game, and here we go again. The Demons just have to go one-on-one. They are letting the Kangaroos play with them here.
And there are plenty of them in that defensive 50. They could do this for a while yet. I don't know whether Archer will go to Jonathan Hay, who's the one loose. And the Demons are probably leaving him loose deliberately. This is Perry.
Well, you can just see another short pass coming up. This sort of football's been going on long enough for the Demon players to realise what you've got to do. The Melbourne supporters are booing the Kangaroos for playing this way. They should be booing their own players because they're being lazy and undisciplined.
The marks in this final term, 23 to 3. Make that 24 as no. Davey makes the spoil. That's a free kick.
They've had possession of the ball for over a minute. And we'll just keep counting.
Well, you never know. The time they're soaking up might be to their own cost at the end of the day if Melbourne can kick a couple of goals. And that's a good spoil from Jared Rivers. And the Demon fans express their appreciation as now the ball is into a 50-50 contest. Just the Kangaroos side of the new members' wing. Jamar takes front posse. Hale, Wells, lovely collect. Bruce. McDonald has to get it out. Whelan, good stuff by the Demons. Is there a throw in there? There's a throw. And it's the Kangaroos' ball. It was too slick in the end.
Have a look at the marks. Yeah, they're Brown's a little fella, Rawlings is a little fella, and they're taking double-figure marks. Marks in AFL football are becoming meaningless because so many of them are uncontested, behind the play, easy takes that are just time wasters.
That was the throw. And David Hale has the ball with the man on the mark just outside 40, the angle testing. But a goal here would have Melbourne stretched to the limit to salvage this match. He's had a good day, the tall man, and he's kicked that unerringly. It wobbled a little in the latter part of its flight. The Kangaroos by 2 goals. He turned out to be a good target.
And just to prove us all wrong, Russell Robertson has come back onto the ground yet again. He's limping with a sore knee. He's got a sore head, but they do need him out there.
They certainly do, Christy. It's all in front of the Demons now. They're 2 goals down in a low-scoring match. Jamar Johnston drives it long inside, attacking 50. Robertson straight into the contest. Uze was front and centre, but just had a little fumble, allowed the Kangaroo defence to tie the footy up and a bounce 30 metres from the Melbourne goal.
Well, he had half a chance at Uze. He missed it, and then Archer was quick to pounce on it and force that bounce down.
Must kick a goal here, Melbourne. Hale, Davey, and he kicks it back to Wheatley, who is a thumping kick. And if he can kick accurately, Melbourne will answer that Kangaroo goal from Hale very quickly and give themselves a huge chance. Quarters just shy of 13 minutes old. Paul Wheatley from outside 50. Driving kick. Oh, it's a thumping kick. He's put it through. Melbourne back to within 6 points.
Well, you called it, Michael. You said he's a thumping kick, and he is. He's had a pretty miserable game. That was just his 3rd kick of the match. Smart play by Aaron Davey to just go backwards to set up that mark. And the kick was perfect. We had a terrific view of it right behind it, and it was never going to miss. So the game's still alive.
A few unlikely goal kickers bobbing up in this last quarter. Wheatley for the Demons, Hale and Pratt for the Kangaroos. None of them had kicked a goal this season for his club. And here come the Demons again. Pratt tries to halt them. Harris helps him. Might have turned it over. Makepeace. Back to Pratt. A lot of pressure on him. At least got it out of there. McDonald for Melbourne. It was a mongrel and Godfrey couldn't snare it. Rawlings into space. Oh, Harvey gets a shocking bounce. McDonald under a fierce tackle. And the Demons can build. Green
His kicking has gone right off, Brad Green.
That was a poor one. He kicks it to his namesake, which is just what he didn't want.
Green to Harding. Off a step. Lazy kick towards Thompson, who gathered it very well on the bounce, but his kick was also ineffective. Numbers with the Demons. Maloney, who's been important in this final term. Kick out wide. Johnston trying to direct traffic. Left foot chip is good to Green. And he marked between wing and half forward, southern side. One straight kick in it. Kick forward is okay. Mark taken by Miller. Intent on playing on. Drives it long towards the goal square. Bait in from the side. Oh, he got hands to it. Couldn't take it. Robertson off hands. Bruce, nowhere to go. And the Kangaroos swarm in numbers. Oh, Bait did brilliantly to bring down the tackler. What's going to happen here? It's coming back. It's coming back to Rawlings, I think, against Bruce.
Yeah, they'd given a free kick before that bit of play that we're seeing there. Kangaroos ball.
Melbourne applying pressure. Game hasn't gone yet. Not by a long chalk.
Brent Maloney's been good, Tim. He's had 4 effective kicks, and we've only gone 15 minutes into this final quarter. He's got the fresh legs.
Archer, oh, that was a beautifully weighted ball. I thought Bruce was going to cover it, but no, Archer was too good for that. Petrie to Sainsbury. Well, this is a tremendous struggle now. Just over 8 minutes left. Kangaroos back from 20 down at half-time. The Demons looking just about out in this last quarter, but they're still in there. Sainsbury can only kick to a contest. Melbourne's midfield doing the better at the moment. McDonald to Maloney. Hangs onto it low down. I can't afford mistakes. Can't afford to concede another goal. Need to kick probably 2 themselves. Now that's hard for Bate with Hay against him.
Just a bad option. It was 1 Demon amongst 3 Kangaroos.
A 50% outcome's not a bad one for them in the end. There'll be a throw-in, and it's Melbourne's side of the wing.
Adam Simpson, 24 possessions, but has spent the last 9 minutes on the bench.
Get him on.
White, brilliantly tapped to Bate, needs support, gets it. Maloney, another possession in this final term. A long one towards full forward. Robertson, Green, Brown getting back, did it brilliantly. Put the claw up and dragged it down. Archer, who's loose in the defensive half. They've got a loose player on the wing for Rito. And another goal here for the Kangaroos. You get a sense it might be enough. Pickett, great chase down, but the kick was away to Jones. 60 from goal. Corey Jones. Thompson on the lead. That's ignored. He kicks wide towards Harvey and Rocker. Can't control it. McDonald knocks to Rivers. Handball to Johnston. Now Pickett's free. Johnson searching handball, gets to Pickett, who's motionless but delivers off a step well to Godfrey. Godfrey towards half forward. Robertson's got a real contest here. In fact, it's Uze. Uze at half forward. Here comes Davey. Davey on a lead. He's got it. Great acceleration there from Aaron Davey.
Yeah, Simpson back on for the Kangaroos. Composure by Pickett at half-back. And as you mentioned, he didn't run. He just propped. Kicked it to the centre of the ground to Godfrey, who in turn got it to Uze, who in turn set this up. So a good passage of play by Melbourne.
So Aaron Davey can tie it all up. He's kicked one from just inside 50. Drop punt. He's levelled it up here. Scores level at the MCG. Aaron Davey kicks his second. And despite the fact that they've been under the pump in this quarter, Melbourne have responded with the last 2 goals. And we've got an exciting 6 or 7 minutes ahead of us.
Well, no doubt about that, and we're having a terrific contest back there with 2 of the veterans of the game. Archer playing on the last line of defence on Adam Uze. Uze getting goals, Archer standing firm. Terrific contest between these 2. Adam Uze, who's played most of the game up forward, he's kicked 4 goals. Glenn Archer on and off the bench and has been kept on that last line for the entire last quarter. Good for the Kangaroos to have Simpson back.
What temperament and class from Davey. The ball's slippery. The pressure on. He kicked beautifully. Johnston to Miller. He really needed to keep his feet there and maybe let it bounce. Now, is that deliberate? Yes, it is. Oh, no, it's not. Well, the umpire ran in aggressively, Ray Chamberlain, as though he was going to call it a deliberate out.
I think he changed his mind about 3 times before he blew the whistle to.
Gee, you have to think it was.
Maloney off, and Sylvia with the fresh legs on.
What a thriller. Scores are level. Demons winning the midfield contest at the moment. Davey to Pickett. Oh, what a good mark. Not paid. Maybe it wasn't the 15-metre journey. Rivers takes it wide for Wheatley. Bit long for him, Chris O, but he might be able to set something up. He goes for broke. Wasn't the best option. Johnston, Archer with the spoil. And a throw in the result. Oh, it was Petrie, in fact.
Cool. Byron Pickett's mark didn't, the ball didn't cover the 15 metres. Therefore, the umpire called play on.
Petrie and White. White thumps it closer to goal. Uze, almost. Davey, superb stuff. He'll put the Demons in front. He kicks up Eugene. Melbourne have kicked the last 3 and lead by 6 points. Great stuff from Jeff White.
Yes. Super ruck work by Jeff White. The big hit forward. Let's have a look at him. Bang. He gets that forward. A little flip there by Uze. I think it goes to Davey. Not intended for Davey. Doesn't matter. He takes advantage of it. And Jeff White, 2 terrific hit-outs at the last 2 boundary throw-ins to set the Demons up.
There's a glum scene. It might be slipping away. The Demons back from the dead. They've had the last 7 clearances, the last 6 inside 50s. They have their noses in front beyond the 20-minute mark of the last quarter. Johnston has been superb. He has joined the elite among the classy midfielders. But Rawlings has got it as we enter the last 5 minutes, and Thompson clings onto that Sherrin for dear life.
Gee, it's a good mark. He was coming flat out. The ball was spinning, not the ideal way for a forward to mark it, and it just stuck vice-like. So important, that quick clearance by Rawlings.
Nathan Thompson has kicked 4 to level it up again. It is a thumper. It is home and hosed and scores a level again. What a tussle this is.
It is going to be heartbreaking for the loser.
Nathan Thompson, 250 career goals.
Dean Lady has made a significant move. He's got Hale back into the ruck because Jeff White was putting it over Drew Petrie. Good move by Laidley.
There's been 10 change of leads. 5 times the scores have been level. Simpson couldn't get a clear possession. Bruce fighting hard. Big pack of players through the legs of Godfrey, allows Rawlings in. Pratt, he'll drive it long. Thompson in the contest again. Spectacular stuff from Nathan Thompson. Coming into today, he just had 1 goal for the season. And now an opportunity to kick goal number 6. And wasn't it a spectacular mark?
Super mark. He's taken advantage of the 2 quick clearances into the forward 50, and that is as good a mark as you will see.
He's run out of time already on our shot clock. Umpire just hurries him up. This to put the Kangaroos back in front from outside 50. He loads up across the face, and Jeff White has marked it. No, he marked it over the line, so crucial behind there for the Kangaroos. That is their lead.
5 goals, 3 to Thompson. Rivers is in space, but he'll be corralled by Pratt. He can't really take off, and he's got to wait for something to develop, and now it does. Godfrey, and that was a good grab with Thompson coming hard at him.
Carroll, he ran hard to get there.
Now Bates, who has acquitted himself most impressively on debut. Could he yet make an indelible mark on this match. Right on the wing. Goes long. Bruce in the middle. McDonald puts Melbourne back in front. There are twists and turns, and there's still more to come. It's Melbourne by 5 points.
The ball got over the back of this contest. The Kangaroos had to keep it forward. Rawlings tried to mark it. A strong fist going forward would have been the better option. And McDonald took advantage of the ball over the back.
And there the quarters so far. The first quarter just 25 minutes, the second 30, and the third 29-37. We've played 24-56 now. 7 goals for the quarter. Simpson roves the wide tap towards Thompson again. Carroll in front. Whelan cool under pressure, although his handball is astray. Sainsbury a chance. He gains clear possession. Harris from outside 50. Kicks wide. Poorly. Godfrey marks.
Nathan Thompson is off for the Kangaroos. I cannot understand why. It has to be injury. Drew Petrie's replaced him.
Whelan now. Good kick, Sylvia. Sylvia on the wing. They need to be precise here.
Just to let you know, Nathan Thompson does not look injured at all, just rested.
Oh, you can't rest a bloke who's taken 2 spectacular marks.
Play on's the call. Will get a bounce inside the attacking 50.
Why would you take him off?
I
why?
Cannot understand. And look at his demeanour. He's not sitting down. He's standing up. He wants to get back on. White decisively barks and gives it up, though. Straight to Green. And Harris's kick is wide. It came off, I thought, Davey. Now, which way it's going to go? Just a Kangaroos free kick.
I cannot understand why you would take a bloke off who's taken 2 of the best marks you'll ever see.
Kangaroos have the midfield. Harvey, and running out of defence is Brown. Too far out to score. One-on-one, Petrie and Carroll touched it. And it went the wrong side anyway. And the Demons cling to a 4-point lead with Nathan Thompson, the man who has wrested the lead a couple of times in this last quarter on the sidelines.
Kick comes into Johnston. Travis Johnston, now he's got Whelan loose, decides instead to kick to Miller, who's loose further afield.
Well, the Demons have been in close games. They lost to Adelaide by 5 points. They won last week by 5 points, and there's the man who should be on the ground. He's red hot. When you're hot, you're hot.
It's a real message the way he's standing there, Rob. He's not sitting down. Whelan's got it now.
Demon fans aren't booing the chipping just at the moment.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Kangaroos must get a man here. Whelan, oh, it's a dangerous kick out wide. They need the boundary line. Chance here for the Kangaroos. Grant's handball is cut down by Johnston. Ball somewhere in there. Godfrey's got it. Now, what's happened here? There's a throw. It's a Melbourne free kick. And Casey Green can't believe it. He's finally sitting down, Nathan Thompson. But it's a Melbourne free kick. Can't be long left now. They need to get back possession very quickly, the Kangaroos.
Travis Johnston has carried much of the load today. Now Whelan, and it's the Demons' turn to soak up the seconds. There can't be too many of them left. Trying to control the footy. There it is. The Demons back from the dead. Score their second win of the season. Magnificent contest. Aaron Davey with a couple of crucial goals, and they're singing the Melbourne song.
It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you. True old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the red and the blue.
Well, Byron Pickett, how exhausted are you after that win?
Oh yeah, pretty exhausted. We knew it was going to be a hard slog against the Kangaroos. You know, they got the Shinbone spirit, and to the boys' credit, you know, we stood up to it. You know.
You in particular, you worked so hard that entire game. I mean, your coach singled you out at quarter time as being the most hard-working player.
Yeah, I thought if I have a good start to the game, get the blood flowing, I'm always going to have a good game. I always want to play my best footy against my old team, so to get a win for the team is really good for us.
What does it mean to you to win like that? Because you had to fight back a couple of times.
Yeah, it's another 4-pointer. I think the last 3 weeks were 5-pointers. So to get up today, we knew it was a really important game for us, and to the boys' credit, we stood up and we won. It's good to be back here on the G2 Best Stadium.
Well done.
Thanks.
It's a third straight one-kick result. Melbourne lost the first of them against Adelaide and Carrara, but in successive weeks they've accounted for Sydney and the Kangaroos, and no words are necessary to describe the devastation the boys in blue and white are feeling.
I thought the Kangaroos were mighty after half-time, but I am absolutely bewildered as to why in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game you would take off the most dominant forward that the Kangaroos had. He was red hot, Nathan Thompson.
And there was one key contest, Rob, at the top of the goal square that ended up in a behind. Who knows what would have happened if he had been there?
Well, it staggers me. And I'm sure the question will be asked of Dean Laidley at the press conference, but the Demons enjoying a hard-fought-for win. And as we said, Tom, Tim, the loser was going to really find it hard.
Christie.
Thank you. Well, Aaron Davey, that was a magnificent win.
Yeah, it was a great win. We slacked it off in the second half, but to fight it out like we did in the last quarter when we were 2 goals down was just amazing. And the way the boys just stuck together, no one dropped their heads and just kept their heads high.
And you in particular, I mean, your 3 inspiring goals at the end there.
Yeah, no, I think it was a bit of a luck. The ball was delivered in well, and the contest there was just a great contest, tapped by Adamuze, and I was a bit lucky to get on the end of it.
Were you nervous with that last one?
Yeah, it was half and half. I was hoping it didn't come off the wrong side of my boot, but obviously it came off good, so it was great.
Well done again.
No worries, thanks, Christy.
Thank you.
He was magnificent. 2 goals in the last quarter. The Demons home by 4 points. Their second win from 5. The Kangaroos, who were unbeaten after 5 rounds last year, find themselves at the bottom of the table with just 1 win against 4 defeats. And today's a real heartbreaker. A heart stopper it was, and it's the Demons.